Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Brandon Schwab from SPS, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a topic that has been actually pretty popular lately is sandwich lease options. And why they have been so popular lately has been the lack of other great opportunities today for people to invest in. All right, everyone today is in a position here that they are sick of. They are sick of bank CD rates. Okay, last I checked, for a 13-month bank CD was less than 1%. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, I have talked with a few others that are telling me their stock dividends are keeping up with 3 to 4%, and all of these other type of ways that people are able to invest bonds, mutual funds, have somebody else invest all of your funds. That's all great, but if inflation is going to be 3 to 4%, people are going to be looking for different ways to invest their capital. And the whole point of this video is to introduce you to a concept called a sandwich lease option, and why I feel it is a fantastic opportunity for people to invest in today, and why it outperforms any other type of investment. Okay, and there's going to be two different type of opportunities here. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is buying tapes of sandwich lease option deals. Okay, you're probably asking, what is a sandwich lease option? Okay, and that's a great question. A sandwich lease option is nothing more than two back-to-back lease options. So we're going to have an A to B transaction, and then we are going to have a B to C transaction that allows you to, in the A to B transaction, it gives you the ability to control the real estate with as little down as $10,000. And then the B to C is that you are going to find an end tenant buyer to put into house with at least $5,000. Okay, so that's what a sandwich lease option is. Okay, if we're talking about investing in real estate, many people are accustomed to the very traditional ways to invest in real estate. Okay, how about if we talk about those briefly? Those are going to be pretty traditionally, those are going to be buy and hold, buy and flip, or wholesale. Okay, that isn't quite as popular, but I would think that these first two are going to be the most commonly understood as good ways to invest in real estate. Okay, let's talk about these briefly. Okay, buying and holding. Okay, buying and holding is a great, it's a fantastic avenue for a person to get into. In fact, there are quite a bit of big players such as Warren Buffett, that is down in Tampa, buying up tons of homes, and they are buying them and holding them by renting them out. Okay, let's talk quickly about that. Okay, some of the cons of that: first of all, our banks aren't lending today. Okay, so it's difficult to get financing, and if you are a person similar to Warren Buffett, that's probably a different topic for you, but in general, it's very difficult to get financing today. Okay, and if you do, that is going to be a thing that you'll have as a huge asset. But then renting the property dealing with renters, okay? You would have a property management company, and there's fees tied to all of that, and then there's also the risk of the tenants damaging the property, okay? Let's talk about buying and flipping, okay? Again, banks aren't lending, so if you buy a house and you put all this capital into it, you are basically looking for the end tenant buyer who is able to get qualified today for financing. And if we talk about that briefly, I have heard statistics that 60% of our country has a credit score less than 720. Okay, 23% of our country is either self-employed or can't prove income. Often business owners try to write off as little or as much as possible. That hurts them when they go to obtain financing. And only 17% of our country is credit worthy, meaning that they are able to get financing today. All right, so with all of that in mind, I hope you can begin to see that these first two options really aren't that beneficial. Okay, what I want to do is I want to introduce to you the concept of sandwich lease options. Okay, and so I'm going to explain to you how this is different than the above two avenues. Okay, sandwich lease options requires less capital than either of the above two options. Okay, typically the capital that is going to be required is only $10,000 per property. Okay, what I am going to be saying here is that with the average $100,000 of capital, you can control 10 homes for that capital. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have your capital secured by one house, which if you have your capital secured in a buy and hold or buy and flip, $100,000 is going to secure one house. Okay, here's a thing that happens. This house is going to be 100% occupied, or it's going to be 100% vacant. Okay, who is paying for this property if this house is vacant? Let's see, the answer is going to be you, okay, the investor. And with that, that brings me up to this point here. A sandwich lease option is an avenue that you can put down as little as $10,000 per property. And our company, SPS, has a bunch of these properties, and a bunch of these are currently under contract, and if they aren't, we can go and build a portfolio that are going to target all of your needs. Okay, but the difference here is that with that $100,000, okay, you are going to control the real estate for only $10,000 down. Okay, and that gives you the ability to control for every $100,000 that you put into this. That is going to give you access to control 10 homes. That's going to give you the ability to control roughly $1 million to $1.5 million of real estate for only $100,000. Okay, so this here is extremely high cash on cash returns. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about that, and here is the disclaimer. Okay, this isn't a SEC thing. This is going to be teaching you how to buy properties to put into your own portfolio that are going to have extremely high cash on cash returns. Okay, I also have an option that a person could invest passively that pays above average returns, but I am talking about how we can begin here, and for all of you hands-on people, that you can have fantastic cash on cash returns. Does it take effort? Absolutely. Okay. Does the passive option take effort? No. is only going to be using all of your capital into a gigantic pool, but that's a different conversation. Okay, we are going to continue talking here about the A to B transaction. Okay, the A is the seller. Okay, we'll find motivated sellers. We are going to get them under contract. B is going to be your S corp or LLC that you want to. Well, in fact, B is actually going to be Schwab Property Solutions, which is going to assign our contract to our control in property to your S corp or LLC. Okay, now that is going to be up to you. C is going to be the end tenant buyer. Okay, here's a thing that is beautiful with this is that our company SPS is able to help you acquire the property, okay, through a very secure lease purchase agreement, okay, and then SPS is also going to help you find the end tenant buyer. Okay, let's roll through a typical example. Let's figure $100,000. $100,000 example. Okay, that is going to be 10 homes. Okay, $10,000 per home. Okay, and then that's going to be the A to B transaction. Okay, the B to C transaction, we are going to take those 10 homes, okay, and we are going to market them to our buyers list of SPS will market homes to our established buyers list of over 300 buyers. They are going to put down $5,000 down. Okay, and that's going to go direct to you. Okay, so take 10 homes times $5,000. Okay, you're going to recoup back $50,000 of your income within the first 60 days. Okay, all you have to do is approve the tenant buyer. Okay, how does SPS get paid? Well, SPS gets paid a portion of the $10,000 down. SPS gets paid roughly 25% of this, and that covers our in-house marketing and commissions. Okay, SPS on this back end here is going to collect the first 2 months of payments from the tenant buyer. Okay, here's the thing that is going to be able to happen, and why these sandwich lease options are fantastic. Okay, you get paid 3 different ways. The first way that you get paid is the $5,000 option consideration fee within first 60 days. Okay, so so this is going to be the 3 different ways you get paid as a hands-on sandwich lease option investor. Okay, you would also get paid a cash flow ranging from $100 up to $500 per month. Okay, and this is going to also include principal reduction. Okay, we'll explain that one in a different video, and then also on the back end, you're going to have a back end profit, okay, of at least $10,000 and up to $20,000. Okay, I often tell people $20,000, and how that's able to happen is if we are able to buy a house from the seller A at $80,000. Okay, $80,000 purchase price. Okay, we are going to sell it to our end buyer at $90,000 to $100,000 purchase price to end tenant buyer. Okay, so those are the three different ways that you were able to get paid from sandwich lease options, and I highly encourage that if you are interested in investing your capital into real estate wisely, that you definitely consider one or two different options. Okay, I would encourage that you consider investing into sandwich lease options through Schwab Property Solutions. Okay, but then also if anybody has the interest in letting their capital work harder for you, become a passive investor into a real estate pool that is being formed, which is going to acquire properties under the SPS Holding LLC, and that there pays a above average return. And if you want to talk further on that, send me an email. Send an email to Brandon at schwabpropertysolutions.com. All right, and then I can talk further. Hopefully that is able to help you understand better what a sandwich lease option is and why it's a fantastic opportunity for you to get involved in real estate that can provide you some fantastic cash-on-cash returns. Okay? If you want to talk further, I can also be reached directly at 815-790-2330. All right, take care. Or the office line of 224, whoops, where'd I go? 224-333-6255. All right, take care. God bless, and I will talk to you soon. All right, guys, I'm sorry. It's 6246. All right, hope that is able to help. We will talk soon, and God bless.